This strategy seems to be long. This is a long, deep strategy that Tesla's got.
It is something that is very rigid, very hard to get off.
It's going to make them a huge amount of money. Again, it's hard to stop patting Tesla on the back. It's also impossible to ignore how much more effective and efficient this is over anything else we've seen. They've designed two basically different kinds of products. One, a supercar sedan, and the other one's basically a kind of an SUV. And yet the components that they're using to drive these two fairly different products look an awful lot the same.
In this video, Sandy Munro and the team expose Tesla's biggest engineering secrets. I'll also discuss why they matter, especially for Tesla stock investors. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can get 2 free stocks with WeBull, a free stock with Stake, free Bitcoin with Coinbase, and free Bitcoin with BlockFi, and the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support.
You can see I got a stick in one hand, and I got my other hand in my pocket, and Ben and I will be suited for action. This thing is at around 90% state of charge, so we aren't going to take too many chances, and we don't want to put on the gauntlets. The other thing that's kind of cool is that they're using the castings as a support member for the caps that go over, which isolate the cables from everything else. And on the other side, they've done the same thing to do a good job at capturing the coolant pipes. So again, you get into a situation with Tesla where they always seem to be trying to get more out of like more than one function out of a part, which I think is a really good process.
And there we have Tesla engineering secret number 1, multi-function parts. The more functions a single part can provide, the better. It means less parts, less complexity, less weight, less cost, less time assembling vehicles, on and on and on and on and on. As we've heard Elon say in the past, the best part is no part. The best process, no process. We'll see even more examples of this throughout the video. This is one of Tesla's biggest engineering secrets. No other company, at least in the automotive space, is doing anything close to the same level of deletion, simplification, and streamlining in terms of the parts and the manufacturing processes of their products.
It is something that is very rigid, very hard to get off.
These two boards look very similar. That's something that Tesla's doing on their Model S to help, or their Model S here, to help reduce the cost, is they're using similar components in a lot of different places across multiple vehicles. Allows them to buy hundreds of thousands, not 10,000 of a part. It helps keep the cost down, which is a good thing.
Tesla engineering secret number 2, parts in common. This means it's simpler, which in turn means it's cheaper and faster to make new products and variations if you're using parts in common. And there's a huge financial benefit as well. The more parts you're buying from suppliers or making yourself, the lower the cost per part, meaning the product itself is cheaper to produce and therefore can be sold at a lower price point to consumers and or with a higher profit margin.
As they're doing this, they are making improvements as they go along. As Sandy said, this was the Model Y that we tore down, which we purchased in early 2020. And then we received the Model S in late 21. So the first thing that Sandy was pointing at a little bit with the fasteners was the filter board here and the filter board height. So as you can see, the extrusion part of this is much taller in the Model Y here versus the Model S. And if you flip it over, you'll see there's actually quite a bit of difference on the bottom side. So they have, in the Model Y, they had 2 coils that they used in here. The pink stuff is a potting compound that's used to help with thermal transfer. They've reduced that down to 1. And not only did they reduce the number, they reduced the size. These are about 3/8 of an inch, this is about 3/8 of an inch smaller in diameter than what it was on the Model Y. So there's quite a bit of weight difference in these as well. So they've cut out a lot of weight in reducing the coil count and cut out the height as well. So they're able to shorten the screws, do some different things with the housing cover as well. Overall, we're at about 1.2 kilograms from this entire setup versus this entire setup of savings.
If you look here, you can see the potting compound doesn't go around. This one here is covered, and every little bit that they can find to take any little bit of weight or cost out, they seem to have focused on.
Tesla engineering secret number 3, remove mass and complexity. We saw there the difference between the Model Y to the Model S Plaid, reduction in height, reduced length of screws actually putting this thing together.
The end here, we have 2 ferrite cores that were in the Model Y. They've been able to reduce that to 1 ferrite core over here in the Model S. So this is just a few examples of the improvements that Tesla's made in their boards. They've made improvements throughout the whole vehicle, improvements in the battery packs as well. And what that's all for is to be able to increase their range and increase their efficiency. So when Tesla first started making a Model S back in 2013, they were getting 89 mpge for their vehicle, which at the time was really good, but they've gone, and we're 10 years later now, and the current Model S that is being released is up to 120 mpge. So they've gone and increased their efficiency by about 30% over those 10 years. So they can take the same amount of power, and that allows you to go further. They've increased their range, again, in the same type of fashion, from 265 miles up to 348 miles currently on their vehicles.
Tesla engineering secret number 4, endless optimization. We saw there over the past decade, give or take since the Model S originally launched, Tesla has increased their efficiency overall by 30%. This is a lot. What's more important than that? This is the same learning curve that other companies hoping to produce profitable, compelling electric vehicles at mass scale are now going to have to go through. Model S has been around since 2012. Tesla's been learning every day, every week, every month, every year since its launch, how to improve things, how to delete parts, how to manufacture these vehicles more efficiently, how to thermally manage a battery pack, on and on and on and on and on. This is how Tesla has squeezed out that 30% efficiency improvement. It's taken that long. Think about an automotive manufacturer who's only just recently launched their first mass market electric vehicle. They've got a long way to go and a lot of learning to catch up to where Tesla is today. And when I say a long way, I mean years.
The big takeaway for me is that they've designed 2 basically different kinds of products. One, a supercar sedan, and the other one's basically a kind of an SUV. And yet the components that they're using to drive these 2 fairly different products look an awful lot the same. The thing that I like is they design for scalability. The fuses are something that's obvious. Some of these other things that we're looking at here, though, aren't quite as obvious. The other thing that I like is the backward compatibility. All engineers should try and figure out how they can get to market faster. And one way to do that is to have some sort of common product that's been efficiently analyzed, and those components reduced down to the bare minimum that you're going to need for right now. Then you can take that same product and move it into another version of that car, or better yet, another vehicle entirely. This strategy seems to be long. This is a long, deep strategy that Tesla's got, and it's going to make them a huge amount of money. All in all, again, it's hard to stop, patting Tesla on the back, and we don't get paid for that, by the way. But it's also impossible to ignore how much more effective and efficient this is over anything else we've seen. I mean, it's very difficult for me to even think that somebody could throw a rock at Tesla.
Well, it appears that the deeper Sandy Munro and the team over at Munro and Associates look, the more blown away they are. This is extremely high praise from an expert in automotive engineering. Key comment there from Sandy Munro is that it's impossible to ignore how much more efficient and effective this is over anything else we've seen. These 4 engineering secrets: number 1, multifunction parts; 2, parts in common. 3, remove mass and complexity. And 4, endless optimization are incredibly important aspects of Tesla's business, things far beneath the surface. Literally, but many people, especially investors underestimating Tesla's potential in the future, fail to grasp, fail to understand, and often fail to even know is something that they don't know. As Sandy Munro said, Tesla's engineering secrets, are going to make Tesla a lot of money, and in turn, Tesla stock investors. Tesla's engineering is in a league of its own, on a whole other level, in fact, a whole other dimension. And the only other company that I'm aware of that manufactures, physically produces products, makes things that's in the same dimension is SpaceX. Most people don't seem to get this, but Tesla's engineering brilliance, the things that we've discussed in today's video, will increasingly become more evident in Tesla's financials in coming quarters and years. Most folks I think out there are going to be shocked at how much money Tesla makes, how profitable they are, the size of their margins, how fast, how cheap, and how small of a factory footprint they can produce X amount of vehicles versus any other company on the planet. Don't say I didn't warn you. I definitely recommend you guys and girls check out the full teardown if you haven't already, link in the description. And just finally, if you'd like to support the channel and gain access to a ton of exclusive content, check the card in the corner or the link in the pinned comment to join Patreon. You get access to over 100 exclusive Q&A videos, loads of other exclusive content and perks, including exclusive access to my Tesla stock price targets, all the way out until 2031 in the bear case, the base case, and the bull case. So check the link in the pinned comment, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can get 2 free stocks with WeBull, a free stock with Stake, free Bitcoin with Coinbase, and free Bitcoin with BlockFi, and the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel, and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.